We're continuing our conversation with the Oklahoma City County Health Department about the warning you all issued. This is Phil Maytubby. You issued this after the severe storms because of all of that water, the West Nile virus and mosquitoes. Tabitha wants to know, do those little round tablet things from Walmart work to kill them in water? And what should we do about ponds, nearby water, and ditches? How can we treat areas but won't harm our livestock, our fish, and our pets? What would you say to Tabitha?
Okay. If those little donut or tabs that you're talking about are called BTI, they are adequate and they will work.
Is that what we have right here?
These are BTI.
Okay.
And they won't harm anything. They only work on about 4 species of mosquitoes or flies, so they're very good for the environment. As far as natural bodies of water, as long as they have fish, have a normal ecosystem in there, there are a lot of things in there that will eat the mosquito larvae. So you don't really have to treat like a natural pond or anything like that. Now, if you have a ditch that just fills up and there's nothing in there to eat the mosquito larvae, you may want to try to see if there's a way to make it drain better, or you might even want to treat with some of these things if you want to.
Let's go ahead and hold those up again so we can get a closer shot for those of you who are maybe interested in purchasing those, and I'll read the next viewer question. Megan, what are those black and white giant mosquitoes called, and what is the risk if bitten? Do you know what she'd be referring to, black and white giant mosquitoes?
Well, it's either an anorcus or it could be an Aedes sollicitans. We haven't really caught a lot of those yet. Now, if that's the salt marsh mosquito, they're pretty horrific biters.
There are some that have a really gnarly bite. Is that what she's referring to, the tiger one?
Yep, that's probably the Aedes albopictus.
Okay.
Those are the ones that we primarily catch here in central Oklahoma, as far as the Aedes species.
Can they carry West Nile? She was concerned about the risk, you know. If
they can. They're very low.
Okay.
Well, they're very low. As far as the ability to carry, the Culex are much better at it.
And you were also telling us something interesting in between segments about the females versus the males when it comes to carrying viruses and bugs and bacteria and that sort of thing.
Correct. It's the females bite you, not the males, because they need the blood for egg production. The males feed on nectar and things like that. So
the females are the ones who get you.
It's a girl thing.
Thank you. Also wanted to ask you though, people making summer plans, summer vacation, would you recommend, is it okay to go to Mexico right now or Florida with the Zika virus? What would be your answer?
Sure. You know, don't be scared. Just be prepared where you're going to go. The only recommendations is if you are very early in a pregnancy or something of that nature. There are 2 areas right now that have cautionary warning zones for Zika virus. That's in the Miami-Dade area and also in Brownsville, Texas.
Okay.
So it wouldn't be recommended if you go there if you're trying to get pregnant or are very early in your pregnancy.
Sure. We are running out of time quickly because you all just issued this warning after last week's severe weather. How often do you issue West Nile warnings like this? Is this a rare thing for the department?
Oh, they're usually related to weather events like this. We're going to have a lot of standing water, and we want people to actively get out and try to do what they can around their own properties and for their neighbors.
And you're recommending DEET, needing to be one of the key ingredients in the repellent, correct?
Correct.
DEET.
DET. There are other things that you can use. You can get on EPA or CDC's websites, and they will explain that to you. The only reason you shouldn't use an insect repellent is on children under 2 months of age, and then there are a couple that you shouldn't use for kids that are under 3.
Philip Maytubby with the Oklahoma City County Health Department. Thank you so much. A very important topic, especially this time of year. We appreciate your time.